Morning, morning, Patriots. It's me again, Shannon Fox here, the Devoted Patriots 2 channel. Just drinking a coffee. I'm fixing to read you all a couple of articles before I get out of here and get to work. I'm running a little bit late today, but it is what it is. Now, I did see Ted Cruz was on the Newsmax this morning, and he was discussing how it looks like in Texas we're going to have several seats flip. Not just the one the other day, but several seats flip, because we've got these Spanish mamas over here that are Republican. They do not like open borders, and that is something that is matters so much over here in Texas and all these counties that are dealing with the influx of the illegals coming across everybody's property, being dropped off in these towns. People in Texas see what's going on. We're sick of it, and I'm glad to see people, women and men, stand up and say, we got to do something about it. If I got to become a candidate, we got to stop this influx of people. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see Mexican Americans standing up to protest the open borders. It just shows how unprejudiced it is to want to have borders. You know, it's not about skin color or anything of that nature. It's about the one statement and one statement alone. Without borders, you don't have a country. And that's an absolute fact. But Ted Cruz did say that it looks like Texas is going to be red, red, red. We're going to turn some more Democrat districts red just behind the border crisis alone. So come on with it, Joe Biden. Keep pushing all your crap and see how red you turn Texas and all these other states in process of you running your own party with your high gas prices and your open borders, and you're leaving us behind in Afghanistan and all your failures not working for you. We're waiting on the red wave, the red tsunami, and it is coming. There's no doubt about it. Just a matter of when. I think it'll come out mid-November. Now, let me go ahead and get into a little bit of news. There's some things here I will not discuss just because they're disgusting. But let me just say this. Our economy says it's going to cost you 17% more over last year what you spent on your 4th of July, whether it be gas, groceries, burgers on the grill, charcoal, having friends and family over with drinks, whatever it be. Everything is going up at least 17%. And that's not even a real number as far as I'm concerned. I think if you go to the grocery store and you start buying items that you bought last year, and you get to the register and you realize your receipt is double what it used to be for the same items, you don't know what the inflation is. It's 50 to 100% on a lot of our main items you'll be using here on the 4th of July. So 17% seems a little low to me. Just like they say we're at an 8% inflation rate. I can't think of one thing that you can go to the store and buy today that is up only 8% from last year. Everything is up 25, 50, 75, 100% than it was even 18 months ago. And so I don't know how they got this 8.25% interest and all this crap. That's not a real number. When you see what gas costs versus what it cost last year, it's 100+% more than it was. How do you get 8% out of that figure? You just can't. That's that Democrat math. Now, there's a new documentary called Standing in the Gap. Discusses how actually what happened to the votes and how things have been manipulated for decades. And it's a great video. You're definitely welcome to check it out, but YouTube will not let you play it. Now, there's a couple other things over here on the YouTube that is just not YouTube friendly today, so let's go ahead and get into those. And anything I talk about, including that Standing in the Gap article and the 4th of July economy and a couple more articles I'm going to read to you, I'm going to leave you links in the description for all these articles below, just to give you all the opportunity to read the whole thing yourself. Now, here we go again. Moderna announces human trials of new hybrid Wu flu vaccines are officially underway. They're trying to make a mix. They're going to give you a Wu flu cocktail, and it says it's a future triple threat vaccine in the works. You know, I seen the other day Rand Paul interrogated Dr. Frankenstein about the efficacy of the jabberdoodle between the 5-year-olds and under, and they didn't actually have a real answer with testing that says this is effective or even useful for the youngsters. What they did find out is that they decided that in clinical trials that every time you get a boost, your antibodies goes up, and so that's good enough for them. That's their clinical trial. So in theory, if you get enough boosters, like Rand Paul said, 100 boosters probably do the same thing as 10. That's just Rand Paul's opinion and mine. So don't take it personal, commie tube. But truth be known, they are doubling down on making the jabberdoodles because it is big business, no doubt about it. And at this point, if you haven't seen that Rand Paul video, it's a couple videos back. Him and Dr. Fauci get into it, and it boils down to a couple things. One, Dr. Fauci, Dr. Frankenstein, Dr. Fiduciary, whatever you want to call him, he can't answer questions because he lies a lot. And two, Rand Paul couldn't get him to answer a straight answer as to how much testing has actually been done for this age group. Couldn't get the crickets out of him on that one either. That scares the heck out of me. For anybody that's trying to get to the bottom line, the answer of how good is this, how dangerous is this, all those questions, crickets from Dr. Fiduciary himself. That let me know a lot. So do not listen to TV. Do not let them scare you into taking your newborns down there to the Jabberdoodle Clinic. It is not a good idea as far as Shannon Fox's opinion is concerned. Save the babies. Do not let Dr. Fauci talk you into doing whatever you think you need to do with them kiddos to keep them safe, because all the proof that's out so far says that this thing is not fatal. The Wu flu is not fatal to children and has not proven to be thus far. And that's about all I can say about that before I get a disclaimer at the bottom of my screen. You know how that goes. I did see President Trump troll Biden over his backfall. There's a short video about that, and he just said he don't wish nothing bad on anybody, but that dude can't even handle a bike. And that's about the extent of it. Trump just shaking his head at him, called him incompetent at the least. Now, I did see Joe Biden's creeping on another girl while he was at the beach. That's nothing new. That's daily news around here. Oh, the Creeper King. We got the Ultra Mega King and we got the Creeper King, folks. Pretty disgusting. We can't wait, like Trump said in his speech. What we need in this country is to take back the House, the Senate, and get a good president in there, and we can start fixing our country ASAP. And I like that speech. I'm glad he said that. Give us a little bit of hope as we take the House and the Senate back in midterms here directly. We've got about 120 plus days, and it's a done deal. Now, there is some speculation that Uvalde police were in the hallway with rifles and ballistic shields within 10 minutes of the active shooter in Uvalde, but they didn't actually go in the classrooms. And I'm going to leave that statement at that as just a headline, because until we get a little more investigations going about what really happened, I hate to speculate on what articles believe, because we're still waiting on all the facts behind that. But it does look like the Uvalde police are not cooperating too much with all the other agencies. They're trying to figure out exactly why it took so long to get in there to save those babies. It's a good question. I wonder about that myself. You know, I'm back to blue all the way, but if it takes an hour and a half to to go in to try to save somebody, what were they waiting on? That's my question. They already knew he was in there with intent to do bodily harm. So with that alone, they should have run up in there with the riot gear and done what they had to do, including taking that guy out instead of waiting on him to decide when he was done taking people out. That's just how I feel about it. I don't know the whole story other than what the narrative has been pushed across the TV, but I do know it shouldn't have taken an hour plus to get in there and stop the threat of violence. Just my opinion. Now, I did see Bill Maher was slamming the Washington Post, calling their newsroom an unlicensed daycare center. He had about an 8-minute clip over here on the Gateway Pundit, and it's a little comical. Bill Maher is coming around to our way of thinking. He used to be the most leftist, liberal wackadoodle out there, pumping the lies for the left, not even 2 years ago. And today, this is about the fourth time in a couple of weeks, he got nothing nice or good to say about the Democrats or the socialists or the communists or the censorship or the way our country is being treated. And he's just calling out the mainstream liars like the Washington Post. Unlicensed daycare center. That's no doubt about it. Like I said, I'll leave you links in the description to all these articles as well. Dan Bongino was on Jesse Waters, and Jesse Waters says Joe Biden is going to lead us into a summer of panic for Americans. They're going to probably ramp up the violence because they know they're going to lose in the midterms, and so they're going to use everything they can as distraction in order to try to pull their fast one as they do. And I'll leave it at that. Now, Rudy Giuliani had a great question. He says, Rudy Giuliani and Gateway pundit Kara Castronova asked the sham J6 committee, "Did you forget to mention the death of Roseanne Boylan, one of the many people that was shot in the Capitol by a Capitol police officer?" And that is a big part of the J6 narrative that they are not ever going to mention. And I'm glad Rudy Giuliani is asking those very questions on his show as well. He's got a show called Common Sense. I watch it occasionally. Nothing but truth over there. Now, Elon Musk is calling out the influence behind the Democratic Party as next level insanity. He says their cheese done slid off the cracker. These folks are going full-blown socialist nutbags. No doubt about it. Last little narrative was mine, but they're turned into a bunch of nutbags. No doubt about it. Now, the Second Amendment is an inalienable right for which all other rights are guaranteed, and there is no doubt about that. I'll leave you a link in the description for that article as well. Let y'all try to figure out what that's all about. Basically, all human rights that we have as United States citizens come from our ability to have free speech, our ability to protect ourselves from enemies, foreign and domestic. And with those two statements alone, free speech, right to own guns to protect yourself, your property, and your family, are the first two for a reason. And I just want to say this: don't give up your guns, don't give up your free speech, don't give up your rights, because the tyrants, should I say, want your guns. They want to do everything they can to disarm the citizens, to silence the citizens, because they are trying to take control of this country before 45 shows back up. And they're going to try to do it with gun legislation and passing all these crazy bills that basically robs us of our rights. And we don't need none of that. We need nothing but good stuff over here. We need fair and honest selections. We need federal agencies not to act like Gestapo for the current regime. And we need a whole lot more transparency when it comes to spending and things, which is literally destroying our economy as we speak. There's only one solution to all these problems. Like Trump said, turn our fuel back on. No brainer. 4-year-old can figure that out. Anybody that's ever looked at the way our economy has gone in the last 18 months and wants to blame Orange Man for this, or the oil companies, or the people, or the consumers, the problem is the policies that have destroyed our ability to pump our own fuel out of the ground, our own oil industry, our own natural gas, us buying natural gas from Canada. All those things were shut down months ago, and we're now feeling the effect of it at the gas pump. And it's a sad truth of the matter. Why Biden and them somehow want to blame somebody else, and they want to give us a 12 or 14 cent gas rebate. What's that going to do? Save us $3? That is not going to appease the American people, and there's no doubt about it. That's saving 18 cents a gallon or 14 cents a gallon. That's just a poor excuse for trying to put a Band-Aid on a missing arm. It just doesn't work out too well. Not working for us, folks. They can take that gas tax and shove it right where they created it from. As far as I'm concerned, that's just an insult, slap in the face to what's really going on. You want to fix our gas prices, fix our oil industry by opening up these dang laces. You friggin' idiot, Joe Biden. That's all I got for you, folks. I'm sorry I'm a little aggravated this morning, but reading through these articles at times, it's really disgusts me, because I know, just like Trump said earlier, this could all be fixed in a very short time if we just had the right people in the right place to do the right thing. Like, subscribe, and share to Vote Patriots. I hope everybody's having a great day. Not trying to bring you ugly, negative news, but boy, this internet is full of it today, no doubt about it. Everybody have a great one. Over and out.